Okay, so this is part 3, and please look at part 1 and 2 of this. Here's the creature over here. This is the official version of this video. And John here is running, and the mission control sees this creature over here and says, "Watch out, John, for that crater. Wouldn't want you to fall into that crater to your left there." Well, they mean the right. So, mission control's saying his thing, and John already saw it because he's starting to run back there. John's running like this, real fast, and he's just cruising along. He's not running like this, because if he were on the moon running like this, he'd be going so high that he'd fall down and crash. So he's running like a skip. Or skimming. He's skimming running. Skim running. Skimming. He's skim running across here, and he pushes into his astronaut buddy. So we're gonna go over here, and then he says, "Hi me, hi me." That's hilarious. And the mission control probably got or all of NASA that was in the know on this one probably got a real kick out of that and ribbed each other forever on that one. Hi me, hi me, hi me. Jaime's this guy. Jaime's the robot. Get Smart was the TV show of the 60s. It was the comedy. Jaime's the android that worked for Control, the good guys, the supposed good guys in the Get Smart TV series. There was Chaos was the bad guys, and Control Freaks was the good guys. So, and Jaime's got his innards, his ticker going on here, and Max is checking it out. So the Jaime's the android, and that's their code word for, "We got alien here, alien." And so John's running. We'll see that. There's John running. There's the alien. And watch out for that crater to your left there, John. Wouldn't want you to fall into it. And then John comes up here and he says, and then the mission control says, "Yeah, I'd steer clear away from that," or something like that. What's he say? Oh, here it is. "That's why I'd steer way clear." Okay, here's the creature. And the mission control puts that in there in the conversation. "That's why I'd stay way clear." So, and then the creature starts moving into view. But here's John again, and here's the creature. And then here's the creature again, and he's running. He's coming to a stop right here, as far as I can see. But there's his leg kind of flipping like he's going. It's real fuzzy. Of course, they've fuzzed it up, I believe. And this you'll see in the video at the end. This video originally was called "Someone Else on the Moon," and that was in 2007. I saw it. I believe it had 1.4 million views in 2007. Now they changed the title, and it's only 3 years ago that it's published, and it's called "Someone Else on the Moon Already Moon Hoax," and it's got 563 views according to their viewing counter, which could be highly manipulated. So anyway, likely to be. And let's see what else. So there's the creature there, and there's John. Let's see the moonscape. You see the hill here? Let's see how that compares with the next one. I think he moves a few steps. He's like running to that edge. This edge right here. So he's running to that edge, but he kind of stops right after this. He stops because he sees John running back to the lunar module, and he's kind of curious, what's this guy doing? Who is this? So there he is again. Or anyway, you can watch the video, and the title of it has been changed. And they say there's only 563 views. Who knows how many views there actually are? Because I think they're just outright lying about everything since what secret government was it now that took over YouTube, or coerced it into doing what it wants it to do? Anyway, that's how they do things now, or they try. So there's the creature, and I guess I'll leave this going. This is the best shot I have of it, or maybe I'll do the next one up. This is more the zoom in, but let's go here just to get a wider view of it. And we'll zoom in that way. There we go. So and he only stays in the view for 2 seconds. About 2 seconds he's in here, and this is probably the most you're going to get of the view of him in there. And the astronauts are huddled against the lunar module. There you see the legs here, and John just pretty much pushed his fellow astronaut into the lunar module LM. But you know, and I mentioned in the second or first video, I believe it was, how can there be an atmosphere on the moon? Well, I believe that there's a lot of disinformation, and the hostility of outer space and the moon is disinformation. It's not as hostile as they're saying. In fact, John Lear, who many believe could be or could have been Majestic 12. If anybody knows what that is, that's a secret UFO people that knew about UFOs. So John Lear is suspected to be by some people of being one of the Majestic 12 at one time. It's possible. I think it's more than 12 now. I think there's a lot of people that know about what's going on there. But John Lear mentioned that the atmosphere on the moon, there is one, and that it's kind of like Mount Everest. It's very thin. So I believe it's not as hostile in outer space as they're claiming. Maybe they were claiming it was so hostile because they wanted to keep the monopoly on their exploration of it and keep private industry away. It's possible. And who knows what was going on there. But so I'm going to leave this picture running because, as I mentioned before, the dark magicians, is who I call they, who seems to like to screw my computer up and stuff. I would place this as a thumbnail on my YouTube for the video for people to watch, and nobody would see that thumbnail. They'd see some lame picture, and nobody'd want to watch the video. So the reason why I'm keeping this running right now is so that I have a chance of having it as the thumbnail, and a good chance the more I keep it running. So I'll probably let it run the 10 minutes. And originally when I saw this creature back in 2007 on that 1.4 million viewed YouTube video called Someone Else on the Moon, not titled this one, which is a 3-year-old video here in 2015, 8 years later, with only reported 863 views or something like that. When I first saw this creature back in 2007 on the original video, which I believe this is the same video pretty much, as I recall, because I watched it about 10 times. I think he has 4 legs, and I originally thought it was just a black creature. I didn't see the head formation and the head and torso, which is white. It's kind of like the moon there, or it's whited out by NASA. But I think it's probably has the same color as the moon pretty much. But NASA still may have blurred this picture. Anyway, there's about 10 minutes. But I didn't see the upper part, and now that I'm able to zoom in on it with my zoom in operation software here, I can see there's a figure there. So I wanted to share that with you, and a further review of this this video. Thanks for watching.